Good morning. Welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Wednesday, March the 5th, and we're here to look at new releases that have been published this week. And on Wednesdays, we look at romance. Quick announcements. I don't have any sprints tonight. I don't do them on Wednesday night. I will have them next tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern. I do them every Tuesday and Thursday evening and Saturday afternoons. Get a quick little swig here. Hope you had a good night. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. All right, let's look at romance. All right, first up, Natch, a Bangor Badgers novel by Samantha Whiskey. Second in the Bangor Badgers series, if you're looking for another hockey one. As a vet on the Bangor Badgers, I'm no stranger to doing whatever it takes to earn us a win. One thing I never thought I'd do to help boost ticket sales? Fake a relationship with our irresistible and sharp-tongued social media manager, Reese Janes. Her dream came true in the form of a viral video, but there's just one problem. It's a lie. And now millions of viewers think she's landed the unlandable badger, me. When she asked me to keep up the act in order to help give the Badgers the attention they deserve, I can't possibly say no. We're no strangers to fiery debates, but her quick wit and sexy mouth are two things I'll never be able to resist. Soon I find myself a little too comfortable playing the role of the doting boyfriend, and the more time I spend with her, the more I realize there's nothing fake about how well we fit together. But overnight fame demands a steep price, and when the Badgers' moral ethics come under fire, I start to wonder where Reese's heart truly lies. I've never fallen like this before, so when things get rocky, I'm the first one to break, and my mistakes might lose me the one thing I never knew I needed. Her. Good morning, Emily. Driving to work. All right. Drive safely. Have a good day at work. The Serendipity by Emma St. Clair. Eighth in the Only Magic in the Building series. When a billionaire Archer Gaines needs to escape his father's corrupt shadow and a related scandal, he purchases the Serendipity, a historic apartment building far from New York City. He believes in bottom lines and the big business deals, definitely not in the local folklore surrounding the town of Serendipity Springs, so he's eager to move forward with plans to flip the building into luxury lofts. But the Serendipity doesn't particularly care what Archer believes, and the building has plans of its own. Willa never believed in the rumors about her magical building, but that was before she walked into her closet looking for a sweater and found herself in another apartment altogether, in the penthouse closet of the grumpy and unfortunately attractive new building owner. This is less of a meet cute than a meet ugly, and things only go downhill from there. When Archer announces sweeping changes that include a rent increase, he becomes public enemy number one for the residents. And by charging Willa for use of the commercial kitchen, he puts her fledgling baking business at risk. With his progress being magically blocked at every turn, Archer grows desperate for help. But the bewitching woman he found hiding in his closet seems to present both the answer and a larger problem, because Archer never planned to fall in love or stay in Serendipity Springs forever. It's like the Hotel California. You can stay, but you can never leave. Danielle still has a new one. I did check. This is new. At least this is the original publishing date. Far From Home. In July 1944, Ariel von Osbeck arrives at the glamorous Hotel Ritz in occupied Paris. Half French, half German, she's happy to be back in France, where her husband Gregor, a retired colonel, will join her soon from Germany. Ariel and Gregor have thus far been able to hide their private opposition to Hitler. When her world falls apart, She receives word that Gregor was part of Operation Valkyrie, a failed attempt to assassinate Hitler in Poland, and has been shot as a traitor. Now holding a French passport handed to her by another high-level collaborator, she is whisked away from Paris under cover of darkness for her own safety. As the Allies storm the beaches, she goes into hiding in a small village in Normandy under an assumed name, unable to contact her adult children. There she forms a friendship with Sébastien Renault, whose wife and daughter were deported in 1941 and who eventually reveals himself as a forger in the resistance. As war rages on, Ariel and Sébastien work for the resistance and hold out for the time when they search for their loved ones. Kinda deep for Danielle Steele. Elsie Silver has a new one. I did check. She's very popular with the younger booktubers. This is Wildside, book 3 in the Rose Hill series. She's always dreamed of her wedding day, and those dreams never included saying "I do" to a man she hates. When Tabitha's nephew's guardianship is contested, she decides she'll do whatever it takes to keep him in Rose Hill, even if it means marrying the enemy, Reese Dupuis. Dupree. A man who is secretive, broody, and completely infuriating. A man whose work takes him away for weeks on end and brings him back covered in mysterious bruises, ones he won't talk about. In fact, Tabitha and Reese barely talk at all, which would be fine, except when he's not talking, he's staring. And the way he looks at her is borderline indecent. The tension between them has always been palpable, but living under the same roof is a dangerous temptation. Tabitha swore she would never forgive him, but that was before she knew the man behind the mask, the one who is fierce and protective, the one who's gentle and patient, the one who shows up for her and her nephew when they need him most. He's not at all what she thought he was, and that makes hating her husband so much harder and loving him just a little too easy. Way too easy. End of row 1. Let's flip this up. Oops. And now go this way. Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. Grieving the loss of her best friend, a young woman's life is turned upside down when she meets a grumpy stranger who swears he can help her live again. Lenny is a bit of a mess at the moment. Ever since cancer stole away her best friend, she has been completely lost. She's avoiding her concerned parents, the apartment she shared with her best friend, and the ever-laminated live again list of things she'd promised to do to survive her grief. But maybe if she acts like she has it all together, no one will notice she's falling apart. The only gigs she can handle right now are temporary babysitting jobs, and she just landed a great one, helping overworked single mom Reese, must be the hot name, and her precocious daughter Ainsley. The only catch: Ainsley's uncle Miles always seems to be around and is kind of a walking version of the grumpy cat meme. Worse, he seems to be able to see right through her. Surprisingly, Miles knows a lot about grief, and he offers Lenny a proposition. He'll help her complete everything on her live again list if she'll help him connect with Ainsley and overcome his complicated relationship with Reese. Lenny doubts anything can fill the void her best friend has left behind, but between late-night ferry rides, midnight ramen, and a well-placed shoulder whenever she needs it, Miles just won't stop showing up for her. Turns out, sometimes your life has to end to find your new beginning. Scott and Bothered by Alexander. Brooke Sinclair's dream of being a published author derailed when she was expelled from the University of Edinburgh 7 years ago. Now a ghostwriter, she sticks to other people's stories. You don't have to have a university degree to write. Just write. Now a ghostwriter, she sticks to other people's stories, but when her college mentor, Mary McAllister, needs a co-writer for her memoir about Scotland's most challenging trek, Brooke would do anything for the opportunity, including agreeing to hike the rugged Sky Trail for authenticity's sake, not knowing the nature photographer who will join her is Jack Sutherland, the man who shattered Brooke's writing career and her heart. Between getting sacked from the university and walking away from his family's tour guiding business to follow his photography dreams, Jack is desperate. Why won't it do read more? There we go. Jack is desperate to prove he didn't disappoint his family for nothing, and he can't ignore his Aunt Mary's final wishes for her memoir, even if it means acting as guide and storyteller for the one who got away, even if it means keeping secrets about Mary's health. As Jack and Brooke head into the solitude of the sweeping Scottish landscape, they're forced to confront old feelings that haven't disappeared with time. But can 2 weeks and 80 miles heal years of unspoken hurt and offer a second chance at the end of the trail? I would almost be interested by that if I were in the romance reading mood. I don't know if I am. The Love Simulation by Etta Easton. Emily says, I got the Cara Stone book at the Book of the Month. Cool. As an add-on. And I'm off. Got to work. All right. Have a very good day. Thank you for popping in. Appreciate it. Brianna Rogers has been told a time or 6 she needs to stop jumping into things head first. But when the principal rescinds his approval for a library upgrade, deciding to spend the money on a football field instead, she sees red. Literally. Brianna throws her hat in the ring and joins a team of teachers who will spend their summer in a Mars simulation. This helps out. As the sister of an astronaut, this should be easy, right? What she didn't count on was the last-minute addition to the team, Roman Major, science teacher, son of the principal, and too handsome for his own good. Roman and Brianna have been hot and cold all year, and living in close quarters intensifies their animosity and attraction. Brianna is sure he's been sent by his father to sabotage them, foiling their chance at prize money that will cover all the school's actual needs. But each day, Roman proves himself to be a dedicated teammate, and Brianna finds herself falling harder and harder. While it's clear the feeling is mutual, she can't shake the sense that he's hiding something. As the simulation nears its end, Brianna realizes she may have to make an impossible choice between the school she's dedicated herself to and the man who has won his way into her heart. Susanna Kearsley has a new one. I also have this one. The King's Messenger. It's the year 1613, and King James is sending his messenger Andrew Logan into Scotland with secret orders to arrest Sir David Moray, close friend and advisor of the late Prince Henry. Secrets are second nature to Andrew, who must hide his second sight to stay alive. Joined by a court scrivener and the scrivener's spirited daughter Phoebe, Andrew slowly entangles the true purpose of his mission, to frame Sir David for Prince Henry's murder, and Andrew is unwilling to betray an innocent man. Phoebe Westaway dislikes Andrew, and their history makes it hard for her to trust him, but as their journey draws them deeper into the dark web of court intrigue, Phoebe begins to suspect that she might have more need of the king's messenger and his unusual gifts than she could ever have foreseen. End of that row. Constant Love by Tracy Peterson, first in a series. In the wake of a harsh winter, Micah Hamilton and Charlotte Aldrich are grappling with loss and guilt after the disaster that took the lives of their loved ones. Struggling to cope with his grief, Micah abandons his father's dreams of a prosperous ranch and cuts himself off from the rest of the world. Charlotte has loved Micah her entire life and is determined not to lose him as well. With her mother's help, she begins coaxing Micah to live again. Despite their enduring heartache, the affection between them deepens. But just as Charlotte thinks her dreams may come true, a scorned suitor threatens everything she holds dear. Micah and Charlotte must embark on a journey of healing and renewal to build a life founded on faith, hope, and love. Conrad by Susan May Warren, second in the Minnesota Kingstons, if you're looking for another hockey romance. Hi Swank, how's it going? Hi Elena, she says good morning, and I say good morning back, and how you doing? And she says, I am fine. Oh, good. This dude looks worried. He doesn't look in love, he looks worried. There's trouble up north. Meet Conrad, a hockey star meets celebrity romance in the Minnesota Kingston series, blah, blah, blah. He's an unlikely bodyguard, but someone has to keep this woman alive. Meet Penelope Pepper, billionaire heiress, mystery podcaster, and magnet for trouble. If only she wasn't so determined to unravel the mystery of who killed her sister's fiance. Because clearly, given her recent kidnapping with each episode, she's closer to the truth. And someone wants to silence her, right? Enter Conrad Kingston, power center for the Minnesota Blue Ox hockey team, and a guy with a secret. Namely, the panic attacks that haunt him every time he steps into the limelight. Hanging out with celebrity Penny is exactly not what he needs, except Blue Ox needs ticket sales, and when a mix-up ropes him into playing Penelope's fake boyfriend, well, that sounds familiar. He's suddenly the social media darling, driving in fans to the home ice. Only problem, one of them doesn't know the dating is fake. As Penelope's stalker draws nearer with every juicy episode, Conrad finds himself sliding from fake kisses to real protective instincts and on thin ice with his heart. But can he find his footing before the killer catches up to Penelope? Coming Home by Jessica Lange. Lucy Ramirez never expected to return to the small town of Whispering Springs, but after a tragic hit-and-run takes her husband and leaves her children without a father, it's the only place that feels like home. Moving back in with her beloved Gran, Lucy quickly realizes how much she's missed the warmth of her family. Her brother's constant teasing and support remind her of a love she thought she'd lost. That wasn't until an unexpected encounter turns everything upside down. Garrett Williams, the town's devastatingly handsome sheriff and Lucy's childhood best friend, has always been trouble with a capital T, which rhymes with P, which stands for pool. The kind of trouble that makes her heart race and memories flood back to a time before grief took over her life. When a near miss with Garrett's patrol car forces them back into each other's orbit, Lucy finds herself questioning everything she thought she knew about love, loss, and second chances. But life has changed. Now she's not just considering her own feelings. She now has 3 children to think about, and Garrett's untamed heart might just be too much of a risk. Will Lucy take a leap of faith with the man she once loved? Or will the past hold her back from a future filled with the family, love, and happiness she never thought she could have again? From Nowhere by Jewel E. Ann, second in the Wildfire series. When Marin Bernabe stops by the office to update some paperwork, she's not looking for love. Then sparks fly during an awkward meet-cute with a stranger in the bathroom, and suddenly everything seems possible. A seasoned air tanker pilot, Marin battles fires across the rugged Montana wilderness. With firefighters for roommates, she's no stranger to tough guys or tough situations. Ozzy Laster is the helpful stranger she meets, one of Cielo Aviation's newest aircraft mechanics who's faced his fair share of hardship too. 2 years ago, his wife and father died in a car crash. Now Ozzy and daughter Lola shun cars in favor of bikes. When Marin and Ozzy fall hard, but guilt forces them to hide their relationship from Ozzy's disapproving in-laws and Lola. They all want to protect her from more heartbreak, but when tragedy strikes again, Lola's reaction will surprise them all. And Ozzy could get a second chance at love after all. End of that round. Well, if Mary were here, I would say, Mary, here's our pretty dress cover. Did you just finish reading Mechanize? Oh, cool. You know what? We'll give it to you. Yay! Congratulations! Woo! Good job. Kiss of Steel by Barbara Russell, 9th in the Royal Occult Bureau. SS Florentia, 1887. For years, my mother tormented me about finding a husband, and when I find a handsome foreign prince is interested in me, she has a nervous breakdown and sends me away. So here I am on a cruise ship sailing around the Mediterranean Sea with a sulky former pugilist as my chaperone, Mr. Rennie Steele. My mother also forbade me to see the prince again without giving me an explanation. Is the prince in danger? Married? Why doesn't anyone tell me anything? Rennie knows the truth, but he refuses to talk. So when I see the prince on the ship, I decide to sneak behind Rennie's back. And that's all they say. Cressley Cole has a new one. Shadow's Heart. 21st in the Immortals After Dark series. A fallen princess, sheltered Cosmina Daciano has always yearned for adventure, but her first trip to the mortal world turns dark when a foe curses her with bloodlust, ensuring her exile in the sinister dimension of Nightside. An outlaw sorcerer. For millennia, Silt Haria has flouted the laws of the lore with all the arrogance of a king, remaining one step ahead of ruination. Yet then a mysterious bounty hunter schemes to capture him, dispatching him straight to hell. Fight to escape a dying realm. In Nightside, Silt clashes with the hunter's sister, also condemned. Never imagining she might be the key to his escape and his future, he vows revenge against her, but Mina is no easy quarry. Can two doomed immortals survive long enough to salvage a nightmare, turning hatred into love and vengeance into bliss? I don't know. The Trouble with Anna by Rachel Griffiths. Anna didn't intend to ride in a high-stakes horse race or start up a betting ring. She certainly didn't mean to find herself in so many darkened corners with Lord Julian Ramsay quarreling and kissing. But when her grandfather's strange will stipulates that Anna must marry or she'll be left broke, there's nothing she won't do to win her fight for independence, even go head-to-head with Lord Ramsay with her own heart as the prize. We like those short and sweet ones. We have time for one more, and we didn't get to two of them. The Tides of Time, first in the Stormtide series by Sarah M. Eden. In 1793, a storm propels Lily forward through time, kindling a love that transcends the ages. Fleeing the clutches of Robespierre's Revolutionary Tribunal in France, Lily Minet makes a desperate escape on a ship headed to England, but her dangerous flight takes an unexpected turn when a violent storm catapults her off the ship and 80 years into the future, leaving her stranded in the unfamiliar world of 1873 England. When lighthouse keeper Armitage Pierce rescues a woman from the tumultuous sea, he does not anticipate her silent, cold response to his gallant efforts. Though he is wary of this woman and her odd behaviors, she finds she is just as wary of him, and he can sense that she's not telling him something of great import to her. Only Armitage's grandfather, a man seasoned by the mysteries of the sea, can seem to penetrate Lily's defenses to offer her support. But as Lily heals from the physical and emotional wounds of her ordeal, and Armitage continues to offer light and safety to her, a tender friendship blossoms between the two, etc., etc. But that is all that we have time for today. Alrighty. Tomorrow we'll be looking at fantasy and science fiction. And I don't have any sprints tonight. We do have sprints tomorrow night, though, at 8 p.m. Eastern. Hope you have a very good day. Please take care of yourselves, read good books, and as the banner says, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day and God bless.